Hi, Charlene here from Radical Feng Shui with Charlene from the beautiful island of Ireland. And one of the things I've been thinking about in terms of Feng Shui sensibilities is why Feng Shui became the ancient art of placement. Now, it's very strange to me, but it's also like revealing, is that I'm having a lot of dreams about where I was born. And of course, the energy of Ireland was very much imbued in Cape Breton Island. The sound of the language, the locations, the names, all of that is kind of like bringing me back to my home island. I've been dreaming about the town I was in. I've been dreaming about old friends. So it's almost taking me back home by being here. When I'm in British Columbia or when I'm traveling elsewhere in Costa Rica and lots of places that you've seen me, I don't get that same kind of visceral connection to a place. So here I am on an island. I've been talking about Ireland a bit. And I'm wanting to just mention how important placement is, especially when you're in a foreign country. When I'm in a foreign country, there are certain things that I tend to do, which is try to sleep with my head to one of my directions. I take fabrics that belong to me to cover mirrors, things that are familiar. So when you're traveling to a place longer than a holiday, I'd suggest you take things that are familiar to you, like whether it be a small little statue, of course things that are light and easy to carry. I brought a Tibetan tanka that I've had in my home in Nelson for many years with me. Things like this that allow me to sink into my own familiarity, even though I'm in a house in a space I've not lived in. So these are important things to remember when you're traveling. I've had a lot of travel videos. I talked a lot about traveling in my trips to Mexico several years ago, but this is different because it's connecting me to my home island of Cape Breton, which has a lot of Irish influence. So I'm in a foreign country. It's been a bit of a culture shock, but it's also been really enlightening living on the ocean with my niece Amy in the beautiful little cabin that has been built in one of the oldest settlements in Ireland and one of the oldest buildings in Ireland. I always check in when I arrive somewhere, and if there's weird dreams that don't feel good, I usually end up clearing. But having done this work for many years, the idea of clearing space when you're traveling is more about creating your own space by bringing your own personal things to it. Now, if you know how to clear, smudge, light incense, one thing I want to remind you of, my master told me never light incense in your bedroom. A lot of incense is lit by many cultures when it's around an area of death or grieving. So we don't want to bring that energy in. It's totally up to you. I tend not to, but sometimes I do it anyway. I like to clear with smudge, but I also clear with my own energetics. So just a little bit about placement and how we place ourselves when we're traveling. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Ciao.